taking care of everything from the initial phone call to design to sourcing everything related to cabinetry and design and the renovation part, like every aspect of the interior design of the project, not just the millwork design. Then manufacturing of the actual millwork, delivery, installation, and coordination of every step that surrounds that might make people that are on their first experience think that this is the norm, which is actually not true. And they can only discover this once they've had something to compare it with. So most of our clients actually have done renovations or construction before, so they know and appreciate when they have to work with us the level of commitment and control that we take of the project. Mistakes, because there's never 100% prevention, but it allows us to correct all mistakes even during installation.
79 3/4. It's rough floor and it's 120 and a half. Yep, 120 and a half. In theory, if initial and second measurements were done correct and nothing had changed as far as the builder was concerned, or the general contractor had to do in the space, nothing changed. That final set of measurements is just a double check. Nothing should be adjusted based on those measurements. But if something did change during the construction, that is our last line of defense before mistakes. 95 to 82. 76, 72, and 8 inch. 52 and 3/8. 52. Right side, 40 and 3/4. 10, but again, it's rough opening, right? 10 and a half. 76 and a quarter. 83, 17 to 28. 33, 84 and a half. From 21 to 27. This is the one that was supposed to be moved, right?
Yes.
Mistakes always happen, or little details are being overlooked. Like, for example, we had today a wall that had to be framed to a certain dimension, because of, for sure there must be a reason that we're not aware of. That wall was not framed the way it was supposed to be done. So now we can point it out to the contractor and it's going to be a very easy fix. So this door is 34, but we said we're going to go with a 30. Should we have not measured this, we would have realized that the wall is too short when we would start the installation of the cabinetry, and that would have been a much bigger problem. Again, can be fixed, but it's much easier, and to answer your question, yes, they appreciate us doing that. They're actually pleasantly surprised that we are taking this level of accountability for our measurements. 22. If the doorway is 34 and you go with even 28 for a bathroom, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna gain another 6 inch. This is why it's very important to come and measure on site after framing and drywalling. Even though after framing we said that it should be increased, sometimes it happens that it's not done. Now is the last time we can point it out, because next step is going to be installing the actual door. And if the door is ordered and installed for a 34-inch opening, then there's going to be a lot of extra work to make sure that the wall is deep enough for our vanity. 10 to 21, 43 to 53 and a half is 34, 14 and a half to 22, 51 to 58. You're not to measure and double check. Imagine the tragedy and the drama that this could cause. You come with a vanity that's 4-inch into the door. That would be fun. If something goes wrong, it's either you change the sink, the countertop, or you change the door. Once everything is painted, plastered, casing is done. So either way, it's a lot of work. And so it's always better to come and just double check. Everything has to be considered. From appliances to floors. Like, for example, today, everything was done. Drywall was in, framing was done, drywall was in, the floor was not installed. So yeah, now we're gonna have to double check with the general contractor, make sure that we have the actual height of the finished floor, which we're gonna have to deduct from our measurements, and then yes, take into account the dimensions of the appliances, the backsplash, countertops, whatever other elements will interfere with our design.
When I go to photo shoots, that's my favorite part of the job, because that shows the product. It shows like it's a projection of everybody's effort. It's a palpable result of everything, and it always happens a couple of months after the project is done, and that's when people have had time to sort of come down, get over all the little hiccups that come with a renovation or a build or everything, and actually appreciate the space they have.
Oh, but that was super natural. You were here. It was like the